Okay, we are live again. And if you were here yesterday, you would have seen me lose a lot of games nice and early. And hopefully that doesn't continue. Not yesterday, the day before. Yesterday, I had a competitive match, 90 minutes plus 30, against a much lower rated player. And unfortunately, didn't do too well, had to go for a draw. But when I say didn't do too well, what I mean is we both played pretty well, and there was just never any opportunities. So today, going to try and get some rating points back because having a draw like that was actually quite costly. Now, we're going to start off with a little bit of a warm-up on Puzzle Rush, and then we'll get into some games. Now, for the Puzzle Rush, I'm just going to go through these quickly until we get to a more difficult one. So straight away we see that we got something there. That's no good. And of course, look for our check first. Again, always looking at the checks. And again, so the first ones are all fairly simple, despite the fact that I just got the one of them wrong. Oops. And then this is why we need the warm-up. This is why we need our warm-up. All right. So we'll let the puzzle set up the next one, and I'll try to do that one over the board instead of on the screen. All right, so this one's white to move. All right, quite an easy one. Check, and then checkmate. So if he goes here, it won't quite be checkmate, but he can't go there because the knight is there. So nice and easy warm-up. We can't get any more wrong though. And let's just have a look. Only at level 9, so we got some of the basic ones wrong. Thank you for the follow. All right, so let's have a look at this one here. So this one is black to move. So we got a discovered attack up there. Discovered check, I should say. And then black can simply take the queen, lose the rook, and then get a nice little fork in there. And then the king moves. I don't know why they continued the puzzle after that move. We simply take, and it's all over. All right, we'll be starting our first rapid game soon, so if you've got any recommendations for a type of opening to play, let me know. All right. Kind of feels disappointing to have this one set up on the board because it's pretty clear we got a checkmate straight away there. So now we have to wait for the next puzzle. What sort of black magic is moving these pieces? I can assure you, no magic. Maybe a little. But for anyone joining in who hasn't seen this yet, this is the Chessnut Move. You can head over to my little website here, and I've got a little landing page. I've done reviews on all of these, so you can check them out if you're curious. They do a lot of e-boards over here, so you go in, check them out. You'll be able to see reviews that I've done on each of these boards. Oops. And yeah, that's the Chessnut page. So that's wiki.com/chessnut. All right, so this one here, we're white to move. Hope you guys can see the screen okay. White to move. All right. So I see check. Now the king can't go to this file, so you can only go up. So that's a forcing move. So, oops. Check, up, and then we've got two options. We could go up here, he comes back down, and we take the rook, or check, move up, queen comes across, goes across, only move, and then rook comes across, hitting the king, he goes across, and the queen comes back for checkmate. That looks good to me. So we're going to go for that one. And it didn't let us play it out, it just went on to the next puzzle, so we will go on to the next puzzle. No way. It's just a little camera trick, guys. It's not actually moving on its own. Might be moving on its own. All right. Let's see. All right. Straight away, we should always be looking for these good checks. Check. Move across. Check. Move across. Two forcing moves. And then what? We can take the rook. And then we're up a full piece, but is there better? I don't think there is better. I think being up a full piece is good enough. Let's give it a go. All right, so this puzzle allows us to play it out, which is good. Nice and easy. All right, what level are we up to? Let's have a look. Level 13. All right, so we're doing white to move again. All right, this is a little bit of a better puzzle because it's starting to hit my level now, so now we get to think about it a little bit. My eyes keep getting drawn to queen takes rook, but then king takes, and then rook takes bishop, and we're down 1 point of material. Queen versus bishop versus two rooks doesn't seem like it's going to be the right idea, so we'll have to find something different. Okay, so if we change the order of capturing, instead of going queen takes rook and then rook takes bishop, instead, we could go rook takes bishop, rook takes, and then queen comes up for a fork and hits the bishop as well. So that could be an idea. And then instead of being two rooks versus a queen and a bishop, instead we are a rook and a queen versus a queen and a bishop. So that looks good. Correct, take the bishop, then check, and then take the rook. Easy. All right, we've got another white puzzle, so that'll set up in a moment. Hello? What's happening? I think my board just lost connection. One sec. I'm not sure what's happened. Just get out of that. And we'll just go and try to reconnect the board again. Okay, so the board's still going. I don't know what happened there, maybe just a little disconnect from chess.com. So we'll get back to the puzzle rush. And then just reconnect the board again. How much is the board? Let's have a look. So while this sets up, if you go to wiggy.com/chessnut, it's got all the boards here. And this board that I'm using is $703, but it also comes in the plastic pieces, which is a bit cheaper. I believe it's $539. So yeah, if you want to check out these, head over to wiggy.com/chessnut. That's the name of the company that makes these boards, is Chessnut. And this board that I'm using is the Chessnut Move. All right, so the puzzle set up this time correctly. All right, originally I was looking at going up here and then queen comes out, but I don't think that quite works. I think there's ways around it. But then if we look at the forcing move, check. If he goes here, check, and then across for check. And yeah, that's and if he goes here, same deal. Okay, so that's not too difficult. The bishop might block though. Okay, so it doesn't even run us through it. That's okay. All right, so this one's actually black to move. Now I could rotate the board, but I'm not going to rotate the board. I'm just going to do it from white's point of view. Okay, so white has a discovered attack, and if the king goes here, the queen comes up for checkmate. If the king goes here, again the queen comes here for checkmate. If the king goes here, then the queen comes here for checkmate. So that's all good. Now, he can't block because it's a double check. So he has to go there, so that's our forcing move. Oops. And then the queen comes up for checkmate. All right, I am going to rotate the board around for this one because this is quite a complicated puzzle. So I'll just move everything out of the way. Something's over there. All right, and I think I bumped my camera then too. So we'll just have a look and see if that fixed up on the camera. I feel like it's okay. All right, so this is a more complicated puzzle. What level are we at now? Now we're only at 16. So we're probably looking at 1100, 1200 puzzle. So let's have a look and see if we can find a move. Okay, I think I've found it. The queen is overloaded. She's doing two jobs here, looking after two pieces. So if I take the knight with check and he moves away, I can bring the bishop back safely. Maybe here to protect the pawn. If he captures with the queen, then the bishop falls. So even though it's a busy game, didn't feel too complicated once we turned the board around. All right, back to white to move. So while it's setting up, I'm going to try and rotate the board back. I think this might be the last puzzle before we get into playing some games. So white to move. Straight away, we should be looking at ideas of getting checkmate. Queen here threatens a checkmate. If the king goes across, the bishop comes back for check. And then the queen can take. And that's sort of good, but it's a little bit unclear. And then we have a look at this check as well. Check, forcing move. Check, forcing move, check, forcing move, and then checkmate. Let's go for that. Okay, I'm going to set it up now for a game. So what I like to do is I like to reset the board just to save time during the game. Okay, I just got a message that my stream stopped. I'll be back in a moment to figure out what's going on. All right. I don't know what happened there. Technology is definitely getting away from me. All right. All right, let's set up a game. So we're going to go for 15 plus 10. All right, and we're white. Kind of want to be black. I normally want to be white, but let's just pair the board. Okay. We'll start the day off with Roy Lopez. So when he plays here, I always get a little bit wary of a trap they're trying to pull. Now I know the move. It's typically here. Now one time I went here during a game and the player actually went over here, and then I went there anyway, and all that did was put their knight out of play, but I guess it also gives them opportunity to push their pawn, so it's probably not that bad. So I'm just going to go off the well-known. So I've got options here. I can go here and then push. I could go here and then I have the flexibility to push. Once I have the flexibility to go here. I think I like that better. Or I could go here. I don't get the flexibility to push, but I do have that square there and this one here. Here. I think I like this one better. Does that leave me open for a pawn break now? If I go here, takes. Maybe I could go here and then here. So there's two options that I've got. See, I don't like this option because knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. That's not looking good. This move here is to stop the knight from getting here, because I want to go here next. This is complicated. So he wants to go here. And if I take, the queen comes in. I want to go here. And then he takes, and then I push. Now if he takes, I take, he takes, and then I take, but this bishop does the damage. So I feel very weird putting my king here, but I do have other plans of pushing this pawn up, trying to open this file. So that could work as well. I'm not sure what that's doing. If he wants to go here, okay. So my idea is still push, and if he goes here, I can always take, so that's fine. Push, and if he goes here, then I take with the rook, and I get the rook into the game, so that's fine too. So I'm not really concerned about that one. So now I've got plans of opening up here, getting the attack in there. Okay, so he took... Let's quickly see if that's a blunder or not. Because what I want to do is I want to push. Okay. Take, 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 take. And this knight is still here. And then he can take. So that's not good. I see. Okay. Now I can't take with the rook because if I take with the rook, the knight comes over here and attacks these two. So I need to take with the pawn. All right. I'm not sure if that helps him or not. I can push, still attacking there. And then he goes here. That's fine because then I can take here. I push and he goes here. That's also fine because I can take here. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that Yeah, I've just got a checkmate threat next turn. You can always block with the pawns, okay. So does it like that. I'm still trying to see if there's a mistake here. So if I push, he takes, and then I push, and then he does some sort of fork, and I take, and he takes, and then I take. That's looking pretty good to me, but what if I push, and he goes back, and then I push, and then if he goes here, for example, I take, pawn takes. I mean, that's looking a lot better. A lot better, actually. So I do need to be mindful of the diagonal for the bishop coming down here. So he's got a discovered check. Push, check, king moves, queen dies. So that's not good. But I also have discovered checks. If I want to go here, for example, and then he comes back, and then I go here. Now I've got my own discovered check. It also protects the pawn too, so it might be a good idea to do. I don't see anything wrong with it. So I'm up material now, so I could start trading pieces. I'm also thinking now, instead of trading pieces, I might also like to get my bishop here and then here. And, you know, this pawn is probably lost. But if I can at least get into a good spot. That was a little bit of a mistake on my part, but it might be okay. Okay, now it's okay. And he was probably just going to resign now. I wonder if that was a mouse slip, but either way, I'm pretty happy with that game. So I'm going to play the victory song. All right. So that was a pretty good game. I didn't really have any troubles there. I'm just trying to think through the game. Was there anything that really concerned me? I think there were a couple of decisions that I made that I wasn't too sure about, but we'll have a look through the game and we'll see how we go. Now, I haven't had a look at the bar yet, the evaluation bar, the graph, but we do have it turned on. Now, the only move that I found a bit weird was when he put his bishop back. Yep. So that's a move that I found a bit weird. Now, I did say that I should have pushed the pawn up here. Maybe that's something I'll try to bring into my next game. Okay. Now, yes, I do. Yeah, if you want to add me on chess.com, I can send you a challenge after done reviewing this game. Just let me know in the chat what your username is, and I'll send it through. So, yeah, he went back there. Now, I think the next move was here, and I was weighing up between doing these moves as well. I don't normally play that one. I usually just go here, but yeah, so it wanted the pawn break. And now I do the pawn break, so that's good. Okay, sure. I'll send you a challenge after this one. Take, and then he was meant to push forward, which I probably would have just replayed that. Yeah, so that was a bit of a weird move too. I'm not sure what was going on there. Oh, very nice, very nice. How'd you go in your high school tournaments? Could have just taken that pawn there. Ah, I see. And then when he pushes down, then the knight could have taken there to, yeah. I liked my discovered check idea though. And then, yeah, I think he was either trying to go here or here, and he just sort of slipped onto that square. Oh, very nice, very nice. All right, let's see if you sent the, you haven't sent the friend request yet. Just need you to send that over. The name is WHIGGI. And once you send that over, I can send you a challenge. Yeah, the name is under my video, my camera. just reset my board. Oops. Let's just reset the board. Yep, I'll send you a challenge in a moment. Just setting up the board again. All right. Okay, 200. So we're going to have to do an unrated challenge. All right, challenge has been sent. All right, I'm back. Oh, what is this? What's happening here? You need to stay off my side of the board, please. All right, we will go through this game after, and I can give you a couple of tips if you'd like. Ah, good move, good move. All right, good game, good game. All right, did you want me to have a look at that and tell you areas where you can improve? Because I think that's what we all want when we play, to find a little bit of a better way to no, that's okay. I really recommend you have a look through the games and find better ways to play. I am going to move on to the next rated game though, but thank you for the game. Yeah. Yep, if you ever want to go over that game, you let me know, and I can show you areas where you could improve. Oh, you should have said so straight away. We could have redone it. All right, let's get on to the next rated game. For white, I'm a big fan of the Lopez. Speaking of white, I've got to flip it around. For white, I'm a big fan of the Lopez. But I do try to mix it up a little bit because you can't keep playing the same opening every game. Otherwise, you won't learn new positions. Okay, so he's gone for a modern opening. So I'm actually just going to take the center. King's Gambit. I don't really play the King's Gambit, and no one at tournament level plays the King's Gambit. It's kind of... So it could be good. It could actually be a good opening. It's pretty much got some issues. What's this guy doing? So he might want to play a queenside attack nice and early. He's doing waiting moves because he could be playing a style like a perk defense. And if I go for an early kingside attack, he may not want to castle on the kingside, is my understanding. Okay, mate, you have a good one. This is going to be an interesting game to look through because I'm pretty sure I made some mistakes here. It should all still be good, but not convinced I've done the right thing here. Now, the reason I pushed that pawn, let him take, move the knight back, bishop comes down for check. What I didn't realize was that pawn could have come down for check too. And, well, then I could have taken the rook. But I don't like the idea of a pawn being so close to the end of the board. Now he's gone here. I guess that puts two attackers there. Because I would like to take with the bishop. Maybe I could also just push the pawn straight away. But then he goes there, so that's no good. I don't particularly want to take with the bishop because even if we trade off these pieces, taking his rook up here will just allow queen there. And that just doesn't look like a fun time. Okay, might have a winning tactic here. So knight here, attacking the bishop. If the bishop goes back, we can push the pawn. That all seems pretty good, but it's not quite winning. I think we need to get the bishop out of there first. We do need to be mindful of tactics. Bishop over here is one that I'm noticing. Plans next could be knight here attacking the bishop. Happy to trade the bishop for the knight. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah. This must be good, right? Two squares forward, that seems a bit much. Need to deal with that knight. But how? I do need to play a little bit quicker though. This move is interesting. Now the reason behind this move, if I'm attacking the knight, the queen, oh, it could go there actually. Oh no, it can't. So the queen has no good squares to go to, and I can always bring the knight over here to attack. And if she moves off, now I can take the knight because the queen will be protecting the square. And he takes, and I take. So knight here is the move that I'm threatening. Only two moves, queen here or queen here. Both are going to result in bishop takes. If anything else happens, simply take the queen, so that's fine. There's no weird checks they can give, so it all seems good for here. So that's probably the better move, putting a little bit of pressure on here. If I take, well, the bishop can't move, so the bishop is kind of trapped in. Okay, that's a move I didn't really anticipate. I could take the pawn, but then the knight can still get away. But what if I just move the queen one square up? What does the knight do? Ah, the knight will take my knight. So I can just take their knight with a discovered attack on the rook. And then if the rook goes to c8, I think I trap the queen again. Strong. Still okay, I think. Now the rook should probably go to b8, I guess. Okay. Damn, he found a nice way out of that one. Oh my. Oh, that's not good. That's embarrassing. I'll give it to him. Will I? Will I give it to him? Is there anything I can do here? Anything at all? That's just a shame all round. I thought I had that one in the bag. All right. Is there anything I can do? I don't think so. Damn, that's a real shame. Let's have a look. If I go there, he takes my queen, I take his queen, he takes my rook. If I take the queen, he takes, and then I take. We've got two rooks and a knight and a bishop verse. So take, take, take. I mean, there's still chances, I guess. What I got, a minute 38. We have to take. And now I'm gonna have to play a lot faster now too. So he's got answers to everything here still. He's got queen takes pawn. And then check. Then he moves up, I guess. And then the rook comes across. And now he's got rook across. And that should be game over. Take, yeah. Yep, so just rook across. We'll see how long it takes him to find it. Come on. You found everything else. Rook across should have just been it. Actually going to go here. So it sets up a double check. So I have to go back. Oh yeah, disappointing when you lose to tactics like that, but then they can't find that simple mate. That's disappointing, but is what it is. Now I guess he's just up a queen. Just take. Just take. Take. Okay. I'm just going to resign this one now. This one is not winnable. And yeah, that was a disappointing game. So maybe instead of moving my rook up, I should have moved it across. But the reason I moved it up was to give protection there. So I think everything was going all good, and then just, yeah. Yeah, just everything feels good here. Okay, so that was a mistake. It liked that better. Why does it like that better? Yep, yep. So I was going to go here. Was that a mistake? It was a mistake. So this was the only move here. Yeah, I guess the fork. Yep, so it's pretty much over from here. Oh, I see. And then take. And then we got the fork here next. So even if it goes here, oops. So let's see if he had checkmate. Yeah, so even I said that. So it wasn't quite checkmate. But it looks pretty strong. How do you get out of that? You got to go up? No. Check. Have to go up. Check. Have to go across. I mean, yeah, that's just... Do you even take here? I guess so. Oh, that's right. You've got that thread up there. Yeah. So a lot going on that game. Not happy with that one. Yeah, I think I might call that the end. And I'll be back tomorrow. See you later.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactic, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe kept, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move had to win back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Loser. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking like a boy like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that